They were out cruising the North Service Road when they spotted the house. It was an old farmhouse north of the road, a dump they'd seen hundreds of times. But tonight there were lights on inside, lights that kept flickering on and off. "What the?" Lauren, who was driving, said. "Those lights are going crazy." "Maybe it's haunted," Sage laughed. But it was a nervous laugh. "Somebody must be in there," Aaron said, but Lauren shook his head. "I don't think so. I don't see any vehicles or any people." "Let's check it out," Casey squealed. And so they did. Lights seemed to be flickering or going on and off in every room of the house, but there was no sign of any people. "Let's go in," Lauren said, expecting some pushback from Aaron. But, to his surprise, Aaron said, "Try the door." It opened, and so they stepped inside. The hall lights flickered on and off, almost creating a strobe effect. "If the cops come," Aaron continued, "we can tell them the door was opened. We saw the lights and decided to investigate." "You worry too much," Lauren laughed, before he called out, "Hello? Hello? Anybody home?" The lights, which had been flickering, turned off, completely plunging the hallway into darkness. The girls giggled while the guys cursed. Aaron pushed open the front door, which let in light, but not much. "Have you got a flashlight in the car?" he asked Lauren. Knowing in advance the answer was no. "We'll have to use our phones," Lauren said, and so they did, exploring the empty, dusty rooms. But after a few minutes, Sage's light went out. "I've run out of battery," she whined, while Casey cried that her phone was losing battery fast. Too fast. Draining batteries is a sign of poltergeist activity, Aaron started to say, but Lauren cut him off with, "Thanks, Professor." "I was just saying, boys," Casey snapped. Let's see if we can find our way out," Aaron muttered in disgust. But one by one, their phones quickly powered off, and they were reduced to stumbling around in total darkness. There was a whole lot of swearing. Aaron kept muttering, "I left the door open. Where's the damn door?" The damned door? In the dark, the house seemed to have grown considerably larger. Sage was on the edge of hysteria. She yelled, "Why don't the lights come back on?" Casey also yelled, I see light over there. It must be the door." It was a graying of the total darkness rather than an actual light, but they all charged for it, barging into each other and into walls. And there seemed to be too many walls. Again, lots of swears. But gradually the darkness lost control, until suddenly they found themselves standing on a barren plain, surrounded by dark and misty woods. "Where are we?" Sage whispered. "What is this place?" They looked all around for the road and the lights of the city, but saw nothing but darkness, trees, and mist. "How do we get out of here?" Sage wailed, to which Aaron said, "I don't know." And that's when they heard it, a long, drawn-out noise that was a cross between a growl and a shriek, a sound that seemed too close for comfort. And then they saw figures, thin, dark silhouettes, flitting through the coiling fog. "What are those things?" Casey whispered, to which Aaron said, "Run!" They turned only to find themselves hemmed in by the swirling fog through which flitted thin, dark, inhuman silhouettes, and the silhouettes were getting closer. Much closer. Closer! Lauren's 2009 Honda Accord was found along the side of the North Service Road, not far from an abandoned farmhouse. But of the 4 teens, Casey, Sage, Aaron, and Lauren, there was no sign. The 2015 disappearance of 4 young adults from prosperous middle-class families was a 9-day wonder, soon forgotten, save for the whisper stream of local urban legend. Fast forward to 2025. 4 friends, Christina, Erica, Ethan, and Jerome, were cruising in Mom's, Ethan's mom's, brand new Nissan Kicks. They were out on the North Service Road when they spotted the house. It was an old farmhouse north of the road, a dump they'd seen hundreds of times. But tonight there were lights on inside, lights that kept flickering on and off. "What the," Ethan, who was driving, said. "Those lights are going crazy." "Maybe it's haunted," Erica laughed. But it was a nervous laugh. "Somebody must be in there," Jerome said, but Ethan shook his head. "I don't think so. I don't see any vehicles or any people." "Let's check it out," Christina squealed. And so they did. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Warren, and I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories featuring such cryptids as the Night Floaters, werewolves, and the Black-Eyed Children. So again, please consider subscribing. Please help me to reach my goal of 2,500 subs. Till midnight. Cheers. A ghost dad joke. How does a ghost swear? It says, "Oh, sheet!"